ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to School Science. My name is Luke, and this is the bramley-moore project. Now, before we kick things off, just want you to have a nice look over the site as it is right now, especially as we go into the east stands and the fan plaza, because everything is, the shape is 70% of the way there. That's all I'm going to say. So you can see how the stadium's going to look, how it's going to be laid out. All we're missing right now is the east and the west stands having the seating and everything sort of lined up, and then it's just there. We can get the roof on, so what's probably going to happen is the north stands and the south stands are going to get their roofs first. Then what's probably going to happen from there is the east and the west stands are going to get developed, and you'll see the seats, and then the roof will come on from there. Then you'll probably start seeing, well, won't really start seeing, because that's where things are going to get a little bit interesting for myself and all the other drone pilots, is the electrics, plumbing, gas, all those sorts of things, all the behind the scenes sort of stuff, the stuff that we won't really be able to give you documentation on. Those sorts of things are going to get done around in the background. We're not going to see too much in terms of adage on the outside for a good period of time. And then from there we're probably going to see facades come into place, pitch maybe getting laid, seats getting put in, the concession stands, the executive suites, the sponsored areas, all those sorts of things getting developed and built, as well as add detail to certain parts of the stadium, like dividers and bits of the roof. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to get added, but the main ones for the time being is the roof steel is going to be getting put into place. Now, as we're going to zoom in a minute, so what's going to happen, I'm going to reach the end of this part of the stand, and then we're going to go back to the beginning, and we're going to see it a lot more details, and from there you're going to be able to see like little they're going to be like caps on top of the steel. Those are where the roof is going to be mounted. Now bear in mind, when they go on, it's going to probably obstruct a few things. So what's going to happen is later on down the line, when I'm doing the south stand, the north stand and all that sort of stuff, as we're going over, we're probably going to have a bit of an obstructed view on where the pitch and everything is. But as you can see right here, you can see they're almost like little cone, no, not even cone, they look like plates that are sitting on top of the steel itself. That's where the roof structure is going to be sitting on top. It's going to get bolted into place from what I've been told, and from there we're just going to get that moved from section to section to section again. So what's probably going to happen is you're going to see a chunk of steel that's going to be sitting on the right section, there's going to be a chunk of steel that's going to be sitting on the middle section, and a chunk of steel that's going to be sitting on the left section. And from there it's going to be joined together the same way as we've done with the main stands themselves, and just from there everything's going to get added to it. So we're probably going to get the I'm not even sure what the material is. I think it's going to be a combination of both glass and plastic. So it's going to be glass around the edges and then plastic over the top. So like your standard plastic that you see like in most warehouses and everything like that, you'll see like a fiberglass / plastic sort of piece that allows light to sort of come in. It's going to be something like that. That's my main guess and shot in the dark at it. But yeah, one interesting thing though is, from what I've been told, apparently one of the YouTubers who was able to get access to the site in one of the little guided tours, apparently when he did video and everything, he was told to remove it. I haven't confirmed this entirely because I'm not someone who likes to sort of barge my nose into that business. But all I can really say is, what the hell, Everton? If this is true, what the hell? Seriously, if you're letting people into the site and you don't want them to film or take photos, why are you letting them into the site to begin with? People want to take photos, they want to take video, they want to document this because this is a very critical point of history, not for the Everton Football Club, well not just for Everton Football Club, but for Merseyside as a whole, because this stadium itself is basically adding to the heritage of the city. What's probably going to happen here? You're going to see major events happening here. We're going to have music, we're going to have concerts, we're going to have boxing, UFC. We've got the Eurovision coming next week. Well, sorry, not next week, next year. We've got that coming next year. So why would you not want people to document? You want to see this sort of stuff coming and being raised from the ground. So why stop people from documenting it? I mean, myself, Nick, Baz, Paul, there's a few other drone pilots that I don't know the names of, and I do apologise. These guys are doing a magnificent job of documenting this site, so why not give them something to say thank you? You know, let them go through, let us record, you know, like a little guided tour through the site, Let us walk to where the centre circle's going to be and get some photos, get some video and say, hey guys, this is how it's going to look. This is what we're looking at right now. You can see the developments, everything's great. Why not give us that opportunity to do that? It's baffling. Now, going from the Everton Stadium side of things to the Everton Football Club side of things. So, as I am recording this right now, it is Sunday afternoon. Everton have beaten Southampton 2-1 the day prior, and Man City have just battered Man U 6-3. And Eric Haaland and Phil Foden both got hat-tricks, so that's a very interesting one to see. I am genuinely dreading Everton taking on Man City when I think that one is either New Year's Eve or it's Boxing Day. I can't tell you off the top of my head, I don't have the fixture in front of me. But it's one that I'm not looking forward to just for the fact that Erling Haaland is an absolute menace. Now, at the time, Everton have actually got the best defence in the Premier League, stats-wise anyway. We've conceded 7 goals over the course of our season so far, and no one else has got better. So that's a good one to take note of. But yeah guys, I'm going to say a big thank you to everyone for watching. I really appreciate you guys supporting the channel, and the continued support is greatly appreciated as well. Now, one thing to note, a couple of people have mentioned to me that they want to support the channel but they don't want to do it via the Patreon means because this is another thing, this is something they don't have and they don't feel like it's justifiable making it, which is understandable. Which is why I have got the YouTube membership thing up and running. So if you want to have a check out of that, just click on my channel, and there should be something in the channel that puts you to the membership side of things, and that will pretty much reflect what the guys on Patreon get. So you get early access, ad-free content, and all that lovely stuff, as well as the cup of coffee tier translating over as well. So I figured I might as well give you guys a quick mention of that as we now go into the outro. So don't forget about that. That's the sort of, if you want to support the channel, that is always greatly appreciated, because this stuff does take time out of my day and it's a lot of effort to get these sort of videos done and to try and keep consistent talking going for 7+ minutes. Anyway guys, take care and peace. Thank you very much for watching this video guys. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Also, I'd like to say a huge thank you to all my patrons over here. Now if you want to be like any of these guys, actually before we continue with that one, I'm going to just say this one very quickly with you guys. So, at the end of this month, I've been thinking very hard about it, and what we're going to be doing is the Patreon will be getting closed down. So, as of the 31st of October this year, there's going to be no more Patreon. I do apologise on this front, if anyone was considering joining it. It's mostly down to the fact that I've had a lot of people come to me saying that they appreciate that I do the Patreon, as well as all the videos and all that sort of stuff, but with their knowledge on computers and the internet and everything like that, they're very restricted to YouTube. So going to things like Patreon and all that, they are not 100% confident on it, and they would rather just try and stick to this channel. So because YouTube has now got a membership program and everything in place, I am going to be migrating the Patreon sort of stuff over to YouTube. So we're still going to get the ad-free content and early access to the videos, but there's going to be other things as well. So if I ever do exclusive videos, they're going to be exclusively member only, and they would be both for the cup of coffee tier and the school science superfan tier. So these guys, so if you are a part of the cup of coffee tier, you've got yourself a little perk in that sort of front. And there's other things as well that are going to be coming along as well. So there's going to be a shop that's going to be centralized around YouTube. There's going to be bits and bobs and everything. So we're going to try and keep it all in one platform just for the sake of easiness. So I do apologize if that is an absolute nuisance. It's just the best way around it, I feel. It's just going to be one of the systems where we're going to have it all in place. Everything is going to be mashed into one channel. It's going to be so much easier in order to get everything done. So yeah guys, so what's going to happen from now to the end of October is videos going to carry on as usual. So the Patreon will still get their early access videos as well as the ad-free videos. And YouTube will still get the normal videos with the ads and everything. Also, you probably noticed as well is I am stopping the pre-video ads where you have unskippable ads. I am knocking them in the head. I do not approve of YouTube doing the whole 5 to 7 ad thing. It is totally out of order. So that sort of thing does get knocked in the head on my channel. So I will have the skippable videos. You'll get like the little banners and other little bits and bobs here and there, but you should not get ads in the video where they are unskippable and there's like a series of anywhere between 3 to 5 to even 7, that is not going to happen on this channel. I'm going to make that one very clear. But yeah, also I'm going to be talking about the YouTube membership sort of stuff in further detail in a later video. So what's probably going to happen is midweek I'm going to sit down and have a proper talk with you guys about the whole system and how it's going to work, just to try and get things a little bit more clear, because my head's around it. I'm still trying to work everything about. So for anyone who's going to be trying to get themselves involved in it, that's going to be an absolute mind blow as well. So I'm going to try and get things a little bit more cleared up. We're going to try and get everything a little bit more clear and get everything just set up nicely. So once November rolls around and we're actually getting all that going, well, actually we're not just going to go straight into November. Throughout October, it's going to get set up very soon. So it's within this week we're going to have a YouTube members program going on the sidebar here, as well as the Patreon. So what's going to happen is that's going to be there. Everything's going to be in place, and we're going to get it so that once Patreon is done and dusted, anyone who's part of the Patreon can freely move over to YouTube and do it there. And from there, we're just going to keep the ball rolling. Everything should be nice and hunky-dory. This sidebar will just communicate over to new YouTube memberships and all that sort of lovely jargon. I know it's a bit of a weird one. It's a bit of a mind mess. And it's been a bit of a weird ramble. It's not the usual stuff where I normally go, oh, and if you want to be a part of a cup of coffee tea, just reach in your pocket, get a pound, go, here, here's a pound. There's not been none of that in this video. It's been a weird one. I do apologise on that front. But yeah, as I said, guys, Patreon is gonna be pretty much closed off. We're gonna just cancel all that. That's gonna get canned at the end of this month. So I'm going to make sure that you guys get the best out of the Patreon for the rest of this month, and then it's going to get scrapped. And from there, what's going to happen is it's all going to get migrated over to YouTube, where they do most of the same things when it comes to that. It's just stuck on one platform. But in any case, guys, I have rambled on for nearly 5 minutes. I do apologise sincerely for that. It has made pretty much no sense if anyone's been listening to this sort of half-cocked. But yeah, guys, I'd like to thank you all again very much for watching this video. It has been tremendous what we've been doing so far, and I cannot wait for Everton to do more work in the future with the stadium, and hopefully we're going to do better as well when it comes to the season, because right now we're doing great, but we could be doing excellent. So let's keep that one in mind as we go on to next week, where we're going to be playing Manchester United, who got beat 6-3 today, so they're going to be out for blood against us. So that's going to be absolutely great. Take care, guys, and peace.